The Democratic National Convention, and if you look behind me, you can see there are people filtering inside of the garden right now. We're going to show you what's taking place inside there tonight, and also we're going to be asking people out in the street what they feel about what's taking place inside. This is the hottest spot in America right now, and you're going to see it all. Okay, here we are outside of Madison Square Garden, and as you can see, this is where the real politics take place in the United States of America. People can't get their voice heard, but it's only out here on the streets.
There are quite a lot of reasonable, intelligent, non-Catholic people who are against abortion for the same reasons that these people would defend tuna and minks. I would think that at least a fetus deserved animal rights, and perhaps a lot more than that.
There's a lot of people here that don't really like what's taking place in America. See, he knows his rights. Obviously, he knows where to get beer, too.
We're calling for a new U.S. policy toward Korea.
Affordable housing, and you wouldn't have to be standing here eating like this. You can cook at home.
There's a couple of radicals out there that seem to think that pro-life is actually pro-life, when we all know they're pro-death, because if there is restrictions on abortion, it would kill women, and these people are unrealistic in thinking that it wouldn't.
These guys need to take drum lessons. How do you feel about the fact that they're not letting Jerry Brown speak?
I think it's terrible. I think, he obviously has a lot of support within the Democratic Party, and there's a lot of people in there who are yelling to let Brown speak, and it's undemocratic and it's un-American not to let him have his voice in a convention this important.
Hey, is this fashion in Ohio?
It is for me.
Don't you feel that the real politics happen out here in the street and not inside there?
Yeah, that's right, but we got to go inside there to vote.
How can we change that?
Well, get more people on the street out here to run as delegates. I mean, the people on the street need to understand that we're listening, for starters, and then don't give up.
If you want to be completely unified in this country, then you have to share everything, and that includes power. It seems like the black man in this country can only reach a certain level, and in order for us to be in complete harmony in this country, we have to share things on all levels.
Now we're going to show you what's going on inside. You want to see something heavy? Watch how heavy it is to get inside of this building right now. This is heavy security. This is what's taking place out there right now. As you can see on the monitor, Ann Richards. I'd like to know when the time is going to be right for us to have a woman in the White House.
Hopefully, some of the Brown ideas, some of the Brown issues will be taken into account, which they're not being now. Jerry Brown is, for me, making common sense. He's most issue-oriented of all the candidates. He's practical, and he's got a tremendous agenda. Nobody is paying attention. Nobody's listening to what he said.
Okay, we finally made it to the floor. Earlier this afternoon, we found some really cool delegates that were young from Arizona. We're going to try and see if we can locate them right now. Follow me. Is it hard to believe that a young man with an earring in his nose and long hair could be a delegate in the government in the United States of America right now?
Yeah, it took me back, especially I'm from Arizona. Arizona's pretty conservative. But Jerry Brown opened up the process, and I gave a speech at the state convention, and some old ladies liked it, so they sent me here.
Is this patriotic or what? How do you feel about Al Gore getting onto the ballot right now with Bill Clinton?
I think it strengthens the ticket immensely. He's got strong character. He's been a leader in his state. And I also think he's got real commitment to the family issues.
This convention is interested in getting younger people elected. We got a young ticket, getting more women elected to the Senate and to Congress, and opening up this party again to invite everybody to the table.
Bill Clinton's got a plan for a real war on AIDS. 12 years of non-leadership from Republican presidents has killed tens of thousands of Americans. We need a real war on AIDS. They passed the Ryan White AIDS Care bill, and they won't put money into the thing.
Well, this about wraps it up for me here tonight at the Democratic Convention. We talked out on the street today. We talked on the floor to young delegates, to old delegates. We heard from pro-choicers, pro-lifers, every single person imaginable. We heard a lot of good information, but there's still a lot of problems in the United States. Hopefully we can get some of these issues taken care of. This convention will be taking place until Thursday, and God willing, we'll get some solutions by then. Until then, this is Dave Mustaine for MTV News, reminding you, register to vote.
Dave Mustaine, Ace reporter. And later in the week, we're going to have MC Light filling the same role.